You caught me just as I was finishing my breakfast here. I'm running late. I got to a little cafe where I am here a little bit late, and I just finished my traditional Thai bacon and eggs. Nowhere near traditional Thai, but anyway, it tasted good, and just going to wash it down with a nice cup of coffee. So welcome to the stream. Hello there, Hobby Time. How are you, buddy? Welcome, mate. Good to see you. Surprised to see you in chat. Have you ever missed a stream of mine? Welcome, mate. Welcome. And yeah, so here we are in Chiang Mai in northern Thailand. One of my favourite little cafes, the Meekan Cafe here, which is about a 15-20 minute walk from where I live, or 5 minutes on the bike. Trip on two wheels, my number one moderator. How are you, buddy? Good evening to you in America, and to anybody else that comes in. And I'm really looking forward to seeing some people coming in today. Quite a lot of new people came and joined the channel last week, so I'm hoping a few of us will catch up here on the stream. Let me just adjust my gimbal down, not up. There we go, that's a bit better. There we go. And yeah, so we're just another perfect day in northern Thailand. The weather here is about, it's a chilly 19 degrees. It's going to get up to 29 degrees, but that won't be till about 2 p.m. this afternoon. So, hello there, Rob. How are you, buddy? Welcome. Just turned 60 years. Oh, yeah. Very good, sir. Very good. And can you tell me where you're from? And to anybody else who comes in and joins the chat, happy birthday to you. And yeah, let me know where you're from. Say hello in chat. I have it set up for subscribers only, but if you're not a subscriber, it's not a problem. You just click your mouse or tap your chat there, and you've only got to wait 60 seconds, and you can join us all in here in chat just by hitting that subscribe button. Another tip is to, when you do hit subscribe, and even if you're already subscribed to the channel, make sure you have notifications checked. By default, it sets it up as custom or something or other, and I don't think it has that automatically set. I just don't want you to miss out my videos and streams when I go live. So there you go. Who we got? Yaklama, how are you, buddy? Welcome from Patong, San Patong. Very good. And he's in Florida. Excellent. Excellent, in Florida. That's great, that's great. Pat Ty is there. Hello, Pat. Spunky man, don't know about that. I'm having a great weekend so far. A really good weekend. Is it Saturday? It's Sunday, isn't it? Every day's the weekend when you're retired in Thailand, let me tell you. So, oh, fantastic cappuccino. I think I mentioned how much it cost me for breakfast here. I made a mistake. I actually said it was like 100 baht for breakfast and a cappuccino, bacon and eggs. It's actually only 70 baht. So, you know, like $2 a US or $3 Aussie is nothing. It is a really nice morning in Chiang Mai. It is really nice. Hardly a cloud in the sky. In fact, there's something I just noticed. I can see the moon up. The moon is quite high in the sky over there. That's a bit unusual, isn't it? Because must be just the season and the time of the year. But I thought the moon goes down as the sun comes up. But we've got both happening here at the moment. We've got the sun and the moon in the sky at the same time, at about the same height. I hope things are okay. I hope the planet hasn't shifted its orbit or something. Yeah, that is really unusual. It's at about, say, 12 o'clock, so it's about 2 o'clock high in the sky. The sun from where I am I can't see, but it's probably at about 9 o'clock. So the sun and the moon are like this. Anyway, small things amuse small minds, they say. Any Chico rolls or meat pies there? Peter. No, there isn't. But I have recently discovered a really nice restaurant that does frozen meat pies, lasagnas, and quiches. I haven't tried it yet. I'm thinking about going there today and checking it out because it looks like, sounds like it's going to be really nice. They sell them frozen. I was never a Chico roll person. Anyone in America or not in Australia probably wouldn't know what a Chico roll is. You think it is, that Yaklama? It's a fake. Well, at least it launched, eh? At least it launched successfully. Let's hope that doesn't come crashing down through the atmosphere. We're not going to like that. That's going to be a problem, isn't it? That was bad luck what happened then, wasn't it? Wow. Yeah, 4 and 20 pies are at Macro. Is that right? Wow. See, right opposite me, and I'll turn the camera around off my ugly mugs shortly, is a mini Big C. There's also a Macro just down the road. There's also a 7-Eleven. We've got all 4 within like 100 metres here, all 3. But yeah, okay, meat pies. Okay, I looked at them in the supermarket. I went shopping at the supermarket yesterday, and they're very expensive. Well, actually, I found out that up here we have what we call it's called Renting Supermarket. It's a chain. I don't know if they're anywhere else in Thailand, but there's quite a lot up here in Chiang Mai. And I did notice all new tickets on the shelves, and the prices have all gone up on everything, just a little bit, like 5-10 baht, but it's all gone up. The one in Handong. Well, that's not far away, so it's probably worth going for meat pies. I've got the sauce at home, so that would be great, and some French fries with it. Oh, I gotta stop this, you know. And trust me, I don't have bacon and eggs for breakfast every morning. All right, so this is a treat. The only time I have something like that is when I'm doing a live stream like this. 75 baht. That's pretty good. That's very good. Okay, that's good. I will make a trip over that way and check that out. So I'm just going back through the chat, make sure I haven't missed anyone or anything. No, we're all good. We're all caught up on chat. That's good. So I don't know if anybody who regularly subscribes, same thing, to the channel. Put a video out a few days ago all about the cost of renting a condo over here. I used mine as an example at $200 US a month, which depending on the exchange rate, it's a bit, maybe 220, 210, but it's about that. And just showing people what you get for your money over here, because I found that a lot of people don't realise that when you rent a condo or apartment, depending on what you want to call them, that they all come fully furnished. And people didn't seem to realise, going through all the comments I got, that yeah, not only is it the furniture, like you get your lounge and your bed and all that, but you also get all your bed coverings, you get all your towels, you get all your kitchen utensils and knives and forks and everything. TV, microwave, fridge, it's all included when you rent a place over here. So just remember, when you pack your bags to move over here, you don't need to bring a lot of stuff. Just a few changes of clothes before you update your wardrobe when you get here, and you can get over here without any access. You can move here to live for the rest of your life without having to worry about any excess furniture, excess luggage fees at all. What else we got? Sure you're not on tattooing feet? No. I just see a girl ride past that runs one of the stalls in the street where I live. She does nice hamburgers and fish and chips. So, but, yeah, so I'm going to turn the video around and we can have a look at what's happening in a bit of street life here. This is a very local area. You probably won't see any foreigners other than me in this area here. It's one of those streets that are just locals know about it. Everything's here, hairdressers and all the rest of it, but this cafe is the only cafe in this whole street, and it runs quite a distance of about 600 metres all the way up to the main highway, where there's another 7-Eleven. But you come down here and instead of paying 200, 250 for a haircut in Chiang Mai in the city, you come down here, you pay 100 at most, you know, so. Peter D, how are you, buddy? Saying, enjoyed your condo vlog. Can you get like that in the old city? Yes, you can. Well, no, you can't. There are no high rises in the old city within the walls of the old city. So you wouldn't get a place with a view like I have. In fact, now that I think about it, most accommodation for long term is outside the old city. But outside the old city, there's quite a lot of places. For my price, I mean, it's nothing special. My price, it's available. You can get a lot cheaper and you can get a lot more expensive for the same thing. But like I said in the video, a lot of condos, the new ones are much smaller. So you might pay the same rent as I'm paying, but you'll have one that's way, way smaller. And to some people that matters, to some it doesn't. You know, I sort of spend 50-50 time in my condo. I like to get out and explore and spend my days out, but then I do have to come back and do my video editing and so forth in there as well. So yeah, I like a bit of space as well. Hello there, Zero. I can't pronounce that. Is there Zero XK? Yes, yes, mate. I live here in Thailand. I moved here getting close to a year ago. Gosh, that's gone quick. I moved here in February last year, and I moved to Chiang Mai, where I am now in Thailand. And I put my glasses on, so oh, look at that, so much clearer. Yeah, so yeah, I do live here, and my channel is all about the experience I've gone through and everything I've learned in the process of moving here from Australia, in my case. The lead up to it, studying what I'm going to do, and then coming up here. No, I'm not from the UK. I'm from Australia, from Sydney. From Sydney originally. Spent a lot of my time in Queensland. Yeah. So PM 2.5. PM 2.5. What's that? Refresh my memory. Oh, you're talking about the weather coming up in the months ahead? There's, what can I say? Yeah, smoke. Let me think. Smoke pollution. Yeah, the burning season. I'm expecting it to be a really bad year this year, mainly for the fact that if I go and look at the weather report, a month ago I looked at the weather report and we haven't had rain here for a month, so it's extremely dry out there, okay? And the smoke season won't happen for another, well, till March, usually early March, sometimes end of February, okay? And there's no rain predicted in the long-range forecast until halfway through May. So just the fact that it's going to be that dry, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of pollution. Now, am I going to get away? Listen, I was planning to go to Burma, to Myanmar. There's some beautiful beaches in the south of Myanmar and some amazing untouched areas there and some really cheap places. And I thought, and it's not far from here, even though I have to still go to Bangkok and fly in there. And I was really planning to do that. And then it was only just last week I just found out that the war that's going on has spread down into the southern part of Myanmar now, and there's actually a bit of fighting going on near these beaches. So, yeah, I guess that's not going to happen. Now, I have another couple of options. I've got Vietnam as an option, whip over to Vietnam for a little while, or I might, my landlady who owns mine and a few other apartments in the building I'm in, she owns I don't know whether it's a condo or a house or what it is, on the island of Koh Chang. I was down there 2 years ago, and it was beautiful down there. And I do remember when I first rented here, when I first met her, she said, oh yes, for the smoky season, you can go and stay down at my place on Koh Chang. Hey, I'm thinking, so I keep forgetting, but I need to go and contact her about that and see what the deal is with that. Because if I can whip down there just for a month, in the worst of it, probably around about March, if I spend March down there, that'd be fantastic, you know. So going south, and of course, I've even had offers from a couple of my good subscribers here on the channel to inviting me down south. So, you know, that could be an option too. Create a bit of video content and looking at a few areas different too from here. Yeah, you would escape and go down South Coast. Yeah. I'll see about that. I'll see. Burmese girlfriend, perhaps. Yes. No, not. Not looking. Excuse me. All right, I'm going to turn the camera around and you can have a look. There's not much happening, but let's have a look. There we go. So we've got quite a pretty view here of the main street. This is the Mini Big C supermarket. I haven't actually been in there, but I might go and take a look. So I'm actually, after this live stream, I'm just going to pack some extra stuff on my bike. I'm going to go for a ride up into the mountains behind Doi Satep, which is the big mountain that overlooks the city of Chiang Mai here. So I'm going to head out there and have a look. You think so? I think so. I'm getting a head shave. I'll get my head shaved maybe. And there we go. My gimbal's working really well too. Really good gimbal, great investment. I also fixed my microphone problems. I realised that the contacts where the USB plug sits on the receiver weren't touching properly, so we should have perfect sound now. Hello, Nuts 2. Nuts 2, is your plan to get Aussie pension down the track? Absolutely, and I've got to give you all an update too on that. Some information that I've wasn't aware of. Now, I've mentioned things I haven't done a video on it that I have to correct or anything, but I was always under the impression that you had to go back to Australia 2 years before and live there for 2 years before you apply for the pension. And then when you apply and you start receiving it, then you can come back over to Thailand. Well, that is wrong, apparently. I found out from a very good source, a financial advisor in Australia, that the fact is that it's good news, really, is that I don't have to go back 2 years earlier. I can actually wait here until I am pension age, which is 67. So I get to stay here 2 years longer. And I have to go back, and then you get your pension, and then you have to stay in Australia for 2 years. And then you can take it and go wherever you want and live overseas and still collect your pension. So that works out. One good thing is I can stay here an extra 2 years without having to go back. And two, when I do go back, I go back and I'll be living on a pension. So I'll have some income rather than having to save up and go back and live in Australia for 2 years. So that's fine. So that's the plan. There's also about 12 other countries that there's a government agreement with where you can come back to, where you may not have to wait a full 2 years before you can leave Australia and still be entitled to your pension. There's one's Japan and the other one's Singapore, but there are a few European countries. So there may be cheaper options than living out those 2 years in Australia. I could go to another country and spend 2 years before coming back here to Thailand, but eventually I will certainly stay here in Thailand. Did you meet some Thai girls there? I meet Thai girls every day, mate. Every day, because you can't help it. Um, there are beautiful Thai girls everywhere you look here. It's just heaven. But of course, only as friendship. I'm not over here looking for a relationship at all. I've just finished up a 10-year relationship with a Thai girlfriend that was fantastic, and we ended mutually, and everything's fine. But I'm no rush to get into any other relationship right now. I'm too busy enjoying my own free time, doing what I want, going where I want, doing all those things that single people can do. So there you go. Best time right now in Thailand. It certainly is absolutely the best time. It's fantastic. It's nice and cool overnight, not, by Thai standards. So it gets down to, I think, got down to about 13 last night. That's outside. But it still gets up to the high 20, 29, 28 during the day. In the coming months, we're heading back into the hot season again, so it's going to get extremely hot again. I can tell you that the swimming pool at the condo is quite refreshing when you jump in the mornings, that's for sure. Yes, 65, providing 6 months residency test. Okay, for me it's 67 retirement. So yeah, but now I have to go back right on the retirement age. But that's way off for me. My next main goal is accessing my superannuation, which in Australia anyone can do at age 60. So that's 7 years earlier. And at 60, as most people in Australia know, your employer throughout your working life has been making contributions, compulsory contributions into your superannuation throughout your working life. And of course, you have the option of contributing yourself. And since I've been working since I was 17 years old without a break, I have a nice big nest egg when I turn 60 that I can either, two choices. I can take it as a lump sum straight into my bank account and do what I want with it, or I can there's three choices, or I can take part of it as a lump sum and leave the rest there. If it's invested well by the superannuation fund and it's earning, then I can do that, just take what I want. Or I can draw on it like a pension, okay, and set my own rate monthly or fortnightly and work, and that way you're still earning money on the bulk amount in the fund, you're just drawing a pension off it. So there are your three options, and all that I can do at 60. So there you go. Vote May 25th. Pension may move to... No, don't tell me that. It won't do that. Trust me, it won't do that. That would be too much of a jump. I could understand it going up maybe a year, or they change the qualifications. Another qualifications too, I'm sorry if I'm getting behind in chat, but a bit of information I want to pass on is that I was expecting you had to be working in Australia for 35 years to be entitled to the full pension, and any number of years less than that would come off as a percentage off your pension entitlement. I was wrong there. It's actually, you have to have been an Australian resident for a minimum of 35 years. Working or not doesn't matter. Now, I have been working more than 35 years, even though I'll be spending 12 years over here. I've already been working to cover that when I thought it was working, but it's actually as an Australian, well, I was born in Australia, so I've obviously been an Australian resident for 35 years. So I'm entitled to the full pension. The only thing I won't get is some of the benefits you lose for energy supplements. You lose your Medicare card, which you won't need, and so forth. But the actual figure for your pension payments, which is around about $1,100 a fortnight, I think, you will get that whether you're living in Australia or anywhere else in the world. Also, I found out that they don't just pay that into your Australian bank account, it can actually be paid into a foreign bank account. But most people don't do that because of the fees and exchange rates they use are usually not as good as if you do the transfers yourself. All right, but I would have to speak to somebody who's earning a pension, how they bring their money across. It works out best for them. Okay, let me go down the chat for a second now. Nice to know about pension, thanks. Although my assets will be too high, I reckon. Yes, well, you know, there are ways to sell off your assets so that you won't get means tested by the pension. And one of those for me was, I have a substantial amount of superannuation coming, and when time comes to go back to Australia to claim my pension, I don't want to have money sitting in the bank that they can use to go, well, you can't get the full pension because you've got this much in the bank. So my plan is to sell, to buy gold. I plan to buy Thai gold over here because its history is it's always going up. You never lose money on it. And if I can invest in Thai gold, you can walk into a gold shop over here with cash. You don't need any transaction record or anything, and just buy it over the counter as much as you want. And then you just store that away somewhere safe, very safe. And there's a little nest egg put away that Centrelink will have no record that you own that as an asset. Okay, I'm not trying to tell you how to launder money or anything, but yeah, there's no way of showing it as an asset. They may see that, oh, hang on, you just took out, say, 4 million Thai baht out of your Thai bank account. Where did that go? Well, you could easily just turn around and say, oh, I gave it to my girlfriend and she left me and took it all, or I invested with a mate in a bar and it went broke. Whatever, they're never going to follow up on that. So it's gone, you know. You don't have that money, so it can't be means tested. There we go. Randy, hello Randy. Hey Pete, have you done your budget on your first year in Chiang Mai? My first year is coming up. No, I haven't. I do have a small desk calendar that every week or fortnight I write down my shopping bill expenses. I keep my receipts, my phone bills, my internet bill, all those expenses are all written down there. Now, obviously my first budget for the year is going to be a lot higher than the next 12 months because there was a lot of outlay on things that I won't need to do again, like the 2-month deposit on the condo and paying for the retirement visa to the agent. All these things that I won't be doing the second year. So, yeah, but it would be interesting and I probably should do that, yeah. I go to both Thai girls and boys. I'm a heartbreaker, yeah, I know. I'm a tease. I wouldn't call it a heartbreak, I just like to tease them, you know. Can you see the barbecue out here? Just over here, guys, see this? So the woman there, she's bought herself like in Australia we call it like a Weber. But she's got all this chicken and pork in there. Oh man, it smells good. And that's new. In fact, I'm just looking, I think her whole cart's new. If you looked at my previous live stream here, yeah, she's upgraded. So good on her, business is doing well for her. Even a shiny bucket underneath. But, yeah. So things are picking up here. The economy's seems to be doing well over here. Little travel monkey will be -14 for the low. Oh yeah, gosh. I just heard a message from a mate on Facebook who lives in Canada. He said it's -29. Jeez, imagine that. God. Hello Rick, and hello anybody who's new. Just say hello in chat. There's just a 60-second timeout for you if you're not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. I've got to put a big thank you out to everybody who are new subscribers, and a big welcome to the channel, because we, believe it or not, that last video all about the 200 a month for a condo here, over 200 new subscribers came from watch that video, and we've just cleared over 12,000 views on it. At one stage there was like, you know, 300-400 watching an hour. It's a very popular video. So, and lots of positive comments and stuff there, and a lot of questions answered for a lot of people, which was the point of it. So it's good to see a successful video come out now and then, and I'm going to focus more on that sort of informative information on the videos in the future. So yeah, if you're new, just say hello in chat. Let me know where you're watching from, and that'd be great. You can also join the channel too. I'll just throw that out there. If you hit that subscribe, there will be a little plus button there if you're already subscribed. It gives you the option to the membership section. There's only one membership level. It's only $5 Australian, which is nothing in British pounds if you're over there. It's not much if you're the US, but certainly, you know, less than the cost of a cappuccino a month. And you get to see my videos before anyone else comes out. You get a bit more personal attention, and we can correspond by email, and I can further answer your questions, and if you need to know any more detailed information or point in the direction if I don't know to others who do. So yeah, and of course I think there's an option for super chats down there if you're feeling generous, and I help answer any questions or anything. And during the live streams, you're welcome to ask me the questions too. I can help out. I will. You'll have more relaxing time staying single in Thailand. Oh, for sure. I think so too. Yeah, especially at night. You know, I spread out on the whole bed to myself and relax. I don't have to worry about anyone snoring or getting up and going to the toilet. You know, the only problem is I've got to cook and clean myself, don't I? Which super fund would you recommend? Oh, look, I'm just with the government. Super Australian, it's called Australian Super. Yeah, I really can't recommend. I don't know much detail about it, but yeah, it's been doing well. It's been performing well. I never lost any money during COVID or any other bad times the country's been through, but it's not going up now very much. Well, it's not. You know, I'm obviously not working anymore, so there's no contributions going into it anymore, and I'm not contributing to it, so it's just sitting there. So I'll just keep an eye on it, make sure it's not losing money through fees or anything like that, and I'm happy it just sits where it is for the next 2 years until I can claim it. Yeah. 1 million Aussie dollars. I wish. Not quite. Fourth option, to roll it into an SMSF, self-managed super fund. Yes, you can do all that too. Yeah, gets a bit complicated, but yes, you can. Pad Thai Kun Peter is a millionaire, just only his super. Yes, I know. Hey Jim, how are you, buddy? How are you in Chicago, mate? You keeping warm? Keeping a nice warm hat on that head of yours. Good on you, mate. Everybody saying hello to Jim. Pad Thai saying 1-800 full pension. Really? Per month after testings, you get zilch. 1,800 full pension per month. After testings, you get zilch. I don't know what that means. 1,800. I get fortnightly is about 1,200, I think. Not sure. For a single person, that is, you know. Yeah, Clara, my crypto investment is helping what? Sorry, it just jumped up. I'm way behind in chat. I'm going to catch up, I promise. Gosh. Yeah, my crypto investment is helping for your retirement fund. Good on you, mate. I've never been into crypto. Wish I did in the early days. It's -7 tonight. I'm getting colder. Okay, American pension is the best. Yes, I hear a lot of good things about that. It's a different setup. Have you sold your own house in Oz? No. When I was in Thailand, I was renting, but I was renting from my father who owned an apartment in Sydney. So I didn't have any property when I left Australia. And hide the gold under my pillow. Yes, I should. Good idea. I was thinking of buying that too. Yeah, you know, just put it somewhere safe. You don't want to lose it. You can't insure it once you've bought it. So, you know, yeah, I don't know if there's the equivalent of like safety deposit boxes over here that banks might have, but that would be a safe place to put it. Yeah, you just, I mean, that's your future there. You don't put it all in one place would be my tip too. Dazza, how are you? Love your channel. One quick question. When you deposit your money for a retirement visa, yeah, and you're allowed to withdraw after a period of time, yes, you can. After 2 months after you've deposited it and you've got your retirement visa, 3 months, I think it is. Yes, 3 months. You can withdraw money from it, but you can't let it drop below 400,000, and then it needs to be back up to 800,000 3 months before you renew your retirement visa. So basically, you don't want to touch it at all. It's a lot easier just to leave it there and put money separately that you're going to use for your living expenses. But otherwise, no. Every year you need to have 800,000 there when you renew your extension of stay. That 800,000 has to be in there, and they will check. They get your bank statements as part of the application to renew, and they will look and see, right, 3 months ago, he's had that much in there and it stayed at that level, 800,000 up until that day. Good. And then the next 2 months after, they'll look back at the year early to when you first got your retirement visa, right, or extension of stay, same thing. And they'll go, right, so there's the 800,000 and it was in there for 2 months before he let it drop below. All right, they will check on all that. That's a very important thing you've got to be aware of, okay? Peter D, so you can be overseas full-time and still have an Aussie pension in full? Absolutely you can, yes. You've been working your entire life, you're entitled to it. Yes, you can be, just pick a nice cheap country where you can live a good life. Unlike in Australia, living on a pension, it's a struggle. I doubt you can do it. Look what the rents are there alone, you know. 1,800, 1,200 a fortnight? My gosh, people are paying that much nearly a week in rent, you know, unless you can, you know, if you've got kids and they're going to look after you, you can't really rely on that happening. Yes, but you need to put money back in the account. That's right. Yes, you do. 3 months before renewing your visa. That's right. Love to hear when you hit 60. Financially, you will become. That's right. Absolutely. You know, Oz Super. Yeah. Hello, Jackson, buddy. Welcome, mate. Welcome. How is it down south, eh? A bit cooler, I think. The weather's nice. That's good. I think I got a super chat there. I'm getting close to it. I better say hello to. Thank you, Dazza. Oh, Dazza became a gold class supporter. Thank you, buddy. Welcome. That's great. That's fantastic. We've got another fellow called All Tied Up, who's also a member of the channel, and he has another member as company now. He also has a channel as well that runs along similar things we have. What else we got here? We got the question answered. Yes, yes, you can be anywhere in the world on your pension. I'm scooting down here. Sleeping alone is best. Jim's saying in many ways, especially after eating cabbage soup. Oh yes, I would imagine so. Have you kept a home back in Australia? No, I haven't. No, no, I haven't. So when I go back in for my days of pension, I'm sure my sister will happily let me sleep on the couch for a couple of years. Listen, I'll sort something out. But no, I have nothing back in Australia. Yeah. You sold a few model kits and bought only one today at a swap meet today. Good on you. You have plenty of time before your pension age. I know I do. It's a long way off. And I don't expect the laws to change too much either, because they just don't. The rules have pretty much stayed all the time the way it is in Australia, so it's all fine, Things change over here more than Australia, but I'm sure it'll still be retirement age and everything else. Pad Thai, you have to have a bank account with a big bank before you can open a safety box at that bank. Okay, so I'm working on becoming friends with my local bank manager. So down the road from me is a Bangkok bank that I'm with, and there's a bank manager down there that speaks quite good English, and she helped me out 2 weeks ago when I had to update my details with my new passport number. I had to get a new passbook. They actually have passbooks, so when you go in, they print out your withdrawals and so forth into a passbook. I had to update that because it was full, and also change my address to up here because it was originally opened when I was in Pattaya by an agent about 4 years ago now. And she did all that. It didn't require my lease agreement or anything like that. I just told her my new address and they've updated everything. But I will actually ask her about security boxes of some sort and see what can be done about that. Nothing like befriending a bank manager. And my God, is she beautiful. Oh, geez, here I am trying to stay single. I don't know what it is about this woman, but she's wearing a black mask. I can't see most of her face, but her eyes, my God, you pass hundreds of beautiful girls every day here in the streets when you're walking around, and when one just stands out, it's like, wow, and you just melt like butter. That's what I did this girl at this bank. I'm sort of hoping she's single. I'm not sure. I don't know. I've got to go see her on Monday. There's an excuse for me to go see her. I need to open a safety deposit box to put all my hundreds of gold bars in. That'll work, won't it? That'd be good. That'll go towards my pickup line. So we'll see. Daz is saying cheers for that. Oh, you're very welcome, and thank you. Thank you. You can bank less money if you show an adequate income. Yes, I think you can. That's in the application. But again, that's a little more, you've got to show the income coming into your bank account. And now there's all this other stuff about taxes going on. I'm not going to go on to about it here. There's other YouTubers putting out stuff about taxes, but the reality is nothing has changed with the taxes over here. Nothing. All they're doing is talking about rules that were always in place but never enforced. And now someone's just bringing it to the surface and talking about it. There's, over here in Thailand, a lot of things are talked about, very little is acted on. Okay, so yeah. You can look for a sugar mummy. Oh, come on. No way. I'm in Thailand. No way. Woody W, how are you? What commission is charged when selling Thai gold? None. Oh, actually, yes. It's usually a set rate, if I remember. I think it was about 200 baht, 150 baht, something like that. And they're all around the same wherever you go. The commission might be a little bit different, and that's based on, not based on the amount of gold that your transaction is, it's per transaction. So if I walk in there and say, right, I want 1 million baht of gold, all right, and at the current rate, it's actually gone up. I checked it the other day. It's at about 43,000 baht per whatever the weight is, gold bar. All right, now when I bought it 2 years ago, I held on it for 8 months and I made a 25% profit on that gold. I just got lucky and it just went up and up and up really quickly. It went up quickly. Normally it goes up slowly. It went up quickly for me. So I cashed in. So the commission is only on the transaction. So if I go in and buy, if I buy gold, I don't think there's a commission unless I sell it. I'm not too sure on that. Or maybe I should do a video on that and get some latest information. But I'm fairly certain that it doesn't matter how much you buy or sell, commission is just based on the transaction you're doing. Yeah. Hello, Nature Watch. Joining you from a cool, sunny Perchinaburi. Yeah, I know, I can't say it, but yes, sounds nice. Sounds really nice. It's very nice, cool, sunny here too. It's going to start warming up. Been following you for a while. Nice to see the channel growing. Yes, it's certainly growing up. We just cleared. We're celebrating today, actually. I forgot to mention it. We passed 3,000 subscribers, well past. Just 3 days ago, I was thinking, oh, look, this video is doing really well. I might be able to celebrate 3,000 subscribers by the time I do this live stream. And sure enough, we've gone way past 3,100 plus, I think. I'm not sure, but yeah, we've gone way over. So it's really, really, really good to know that, you know, people are getting something out of it. Support the Aussies. Thanks, mate. Yeah. Oh my God, your inheritance plus your super plus your gold, Pete. You'd be the best catch. Yeah, I'm going to be rich. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Eh? I don't want to be the best catch for a Thai woman. Like, you know, the horror stories. We all know the horror stories that happen over here. Oh, yeah. So we've still got 30 plus or so watching, guys. So if you're new to the channel and you've just joined in, please hit that subscribe button, the like button. If you hit subscribe, you've only got to wait 30 seconds and you can chat down there in the side there and say hello and let me know where you're watching from. That would be fantastic. And if you have any questions, if you're new to the channel, we've got over 200, nearly 250 new viewers just in less than a week. Yeah, if you've got any questions, throw them at me. It's all good. If I can't, someone else in chat can answer, or I'll just ask around the cafe if someone has an answer, which that probably won't help. Is there lots of homeless in Sydney, sadly? Yes, there is, isn't there? There was when I left. One thing I remember during COVID, I remember walking down George Street in COVID at lunchtime, peak hour, the busiest time of the day, and I looked in both directions standing outside the Queen Victoria building, and the only people I saw in the streets were homeless. Obviously, everybody was restricted at home. They weren't allowed to come to work. The homeless were just all over the place. And because they were government were giving it, had double the unemployment benefits to homeless, they'd actually doubled the amount from $550, I think it was, a fortnight to over to $1,100. All these homeless people are suddenly wearing Nikes and Reebok and smoking packets of cigarettes and living the good life. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. But yeah, it's sad. It's cost of living is just terrible. You sleep with her, then it's easy. Okay, yeah. Tell her you want to give her a big deposit every day. That should win her over. That should do. Should do. This oh, there's a good idea. Pad Thai, yeah. Put some gold cover for your teeth. Yeah, get some gold veneers. I could do it that way, couldn't I? Yeah, that's an idea, eh? Hey, hide the gold. Well, you can get it melted down. A lot of people melt it down to jewelry. Get chains, necklaces, and rings. Yeah, definitely. In fact, you can increase the value of it because then it becomes a little bit more value because it's now in the form of jewelry. So, yeah. There it is. Jackson's got it. 1 baht is 15.2 grams. Yeah, it's a unique gold here in Thailand, unlike anywhere else in the world. It's a completely separate market. I sold mine. I only had 3 of them. That's all I'd bought, you know. And I'm just trying to remember, they cost me 40,000 baht each. You have to do the calculations, but no, sorry, they cost me 30. Yeah, right on 30,000. Now they're worth 42, 43,000. Hello, Darren. I'm getting ready to move to Thailand, into Hua Hin. Nice spot. However, there is one thing that keeps me going around in my head, is that it's end of life and whether to die in Thailand or return to Oz. Your thoughts? Oh, wow. Gee, well, it depends. Where have you got family? Have you got family, or are you on your own? You know? Yeah, it's an interesting subject. Maybe that could be another subject for a video. Look, to me, I'm not religious in any way. I've always been an atheist. But then again, for a way of life for the Buddhists is quite good too, even though it's not a religion, it's just a philosophy and so forth. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not thinking about that. If I die, I don't really care whether I go back to Australia or here, and how you would organise that. You know, you'd have to speak to someone legal advisory, or maybe the embassy would know. The embassy or consulate could probably send you some information or details on that. But I've never thought about it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, popular with the subs. Yeah, lots of subs coming in. It's great. The next day you won't care where. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Dazza saying, I have just returned back to Australia after being in Vietnam for a month. Oh, beautiful. I found the price unbelievably cheap compared to back home. How are you finding price in Thailand? Listen, I think it's on par with Vietnam. Vietnam may be a little bit cheaper. I was thinking going there for I've been to Vietnam before, and yeah, I was only backpacking, so a different sort of lifestyle getting around. A lot of people live in Vietnam and they say it's really good. Apparently the visas to retire over there are easy to get. You don't require to have the money in the bank like you do here, and other things. You just renew it each year and stay as long as you want, pretty much. I don't know. I would, to be honest, if I ever got tired of Thailand or felt I'd seen enough, Vietnam would probably be my second choice. No, actually it'd be my third choice. My second choice would be Indonesia. Indonesia, because I've spent a lot of time traveling all the way through Indonesia, from Sumatra, Java, Bali, Lombok, Sumbawa, Flores. I've been all over Indonesia, and I love it. And it's a great place adventurous to go to volcanoes and scenic places and stuff like that. It's just incredible. And that's part of my thing, is getting out on the bike and seeing places. Vietnam, yeah, Vietnam would be good. Vietnam would be good. And the prices in Thailand, well, like I mentioned earlier on the stream, I noticed the supermarket shop prices have gone up by about 5-10 baht. But it's still very cheap here. It always will be, especially compared to the West. It's always going to be cheaper here. Even if it does go up, it's nothing. You know, it doesn't take much. And not only that, where I save a lot of money is I don't drink. You know, I don't go to the bars and drink. I mean, to go out for a night at a bar, you know, there's at least 500 baht you could spend. That's before you even think about buying lady drinks or anything like that. 500 baht, if you do that 3 nights, 4 nights a week, you know, like a lot do, geez, that's half my month's rent gone in a week, you know. So, yeah, there's ways of saving money. So yeah, the prices in Thailand, it's all comparison. You know, check back and look at my videos. My previous videos, I've done one of the supermarket. I go through the supermarket and we have a look at all the prices and what things are costing. Literally, when you walk into a supermarket, like a Western type supermarket over here, and you want to buy Western products that you know, you're going to pay prices what you pay back home pretty much. My peanut butter, my margarine that I don't buy it because it's actually more expensive. Imported meat from Australia here is way expensive. So yeah, but if you go into the supermarkets like the Big C, not the mini Big C over the road's fine, but the big supermarkets over here, and buy a lot more local brand stuff, you save way under heaps less. Let's have a look. We got, I'm tossing up between Thailand and Vietnam. Look, my number one thing for that is visit first if you haven't already. Okay? Don't decide to go and live in another country without spending some time there first. There's so many things that could be not to your standard that you like. The weather could be too hot for you. The traffic could be too crazy. The language could be too difficult. There's so many things, you know, that are different from what you're used to. Asia's not all the same at all. Every country has its own things. And to be there, living here full time is nothing like being on a holiday, but at least you get a feel for it, you know. You know, you get an idea. So, because Vietnam is nothing like Thailand. Vietnam's a communist country to begin with, you know. So it's a different sort of life. You can be a beach bum at Condo Beach. Oh yes, Condo Beach. Yeah, I like Bali. I remember going into Bali. Let me think. I'd just been about three months travelling through Sumatra and Java, through all the volcanoes, through up all the jungles with the orangutans, really doing it hard and not seeing any foreigners. And then I crossed in, I can't remember how I got to Bali. I think it was a ferry from Java across to Bali, and then onto a local bus that took me into Denpasar, right? And my God, it was culture shock for me for all the white tourists around. I've just never been around so many white Western people in so long. Condo Beach, oh my God, yeah. I couldn't get out of there quick enough is what I mean to say. I went up to Ubud, which is the cultural centre of Bali, beautiful up there. Lavina is a beach up in the north where the sand's black from the volcanic area. And then, of course, I skipped off from Bali and went to Lombok, and then Gili Islands where I did scuba diving and that. Then across to Sumbawa, all the way out to Flores and almost as far as Timor. There was trouble going on over there, so I couldn't get that far. But yeah, that was great. The Mentawai Islands in Indonesia look amazing. That name sounds familiar. Yeah, it does sound familiar. Indonesia has just got so much, and the food is so good. And one good bonus about Indonesia is the writing is in English, and the language it's English spelling. You can read it and speak it. You know what I mean? It's not like squiggles and stuff like it is here. You know, it's an easy language to learn. There's none of this tonal stuff or anything, it's great. And a lot of people speak English in Jakarta and all the major university cities, and most people speak English. So, yeah, I loved it over there. And it's also another great place to be adventuring on a motorbike. Oh, no, no, drinking cannot spike you. No, that's right, you can't. Don't even try. Go to macro. Yes, macro. The 800,000 baht keeps some of the riffraff out. Yeah, probably. Yeah, look, if you don't have, I mean, you shouldn't be even considering, you know, could you imagine if you didn't have to have the 800,000 baht in the bank? But you're exactly right. What you said there, Randy, is exactly right. You'd have more people, you know, leaving the country and going back home because they realised they didn't have enough money put aside and they can't afford it. And, you know, drinking all their money away and womanising, you know, it's just not the way to be. You don't need 800,000. An agent will sort that out for you. You know what? That is true, right? But not here in Chiang Mai. Okay, so I would say there's about 5 or 6 well-known, reputable agents up here in Chiang Mai. None of them, I can tell you, none of them will cover you for that 800,000 in the bank. All right, you need to have that money in the bank if you're coming to Thailand and Chiang Mai. Now, if you want to go to Pattaya and go to an agent in Pattaya, sure, they can help you out there. But remember, you're going to pay for that too. You're going to pay extra for that service as well. All right. But up here, no, they won't do that for you up here. So, no. Yeah. And also, in May this year will be my renewal of my retirement extension of stay. And I'll be doing that on my own. I won't be going to an agent to do that because the average cost to do the renewal through an agent is roughly about 12 to 15,000 baht, right? So 12 to 15,000 baht. That's 2 months rent for me. That's a lot of money, you know. And when in reality, when you go into immigration to renew it, it only costs 1,900 baht. Any extension on any visa type that you have, where it's just you've come in here and you're visa exempt, and you just walk through and you want to extend for an extra month, 1,900 baht. If you're on a tourist visa for 2 months and you want to extend for another, 1,900 baht. Every extension on whatever visa you have, it's 1,900 baht. And it's easy to do the second time, not the first time, especially with retirement, because the first one needs all the extra paperwork and everything else. It's a lot more complicated, which is why I went through an agent. But when you're renewing, it's 3 pieces of paper. I've already picked them up from immigration. There's 3 pieces of paper. 2 of them just need your autograph. They're just declarations saying that you understand whatever you have, whatever. And the other one looks pretty much just like your 90-day report piece of paper with your passport details, the entry date, a few other things. I haven't looked at it. That's it. That's all the paperwork you need. Plus, you need to go to your bank that you have here in Thailand. They need to give you a statement showing your transactions for the 12 months, and it needs to be signed by the bank, right? You need to produce that with your application when you go there. And I think that only cost about 100 baht at the bank to get them to do that for you. Now, if you go to one of the banks around here that's a more tourist area, that deal with tourists, they won't do that on the spot for you. You may have to come back in a day or 2 and pick that up. Whereas my lovely local Bangkok Bank branch here, she said she'll do it while she waits. That'll be fantastic. And that's it. Go to immigration. All right, it's probably going to be a long day at immigration, sitting around and waiting, and all the paperwork procedures and stuff they go through, but it's just one day of the year. Okay, it's you know, just do it and you're done. You know, you might have a good day, may not be a long day. Who knows? We'll see. Mini Australia, Bali. Yeah, it is. Aussies certainly love Bali. It's always been a cheap place to holiday. Salamat. That's it. Yes. Yes. What's this? I'm thinking of doing 6 months in Thailand, 3 months Malaysia, 3 months Vietnam. Then don't need to get visas. Yes, but you will have one problem, okay? And people don't talk about this. People think, oh, well, just stay, especially for the tax reasons, right? If you stay here more than 180 days, 6 months, then you qualify as a taxable resident here, okay? And to avoid that, people say, well, we'll just leave the country and spend 6 months somewhere else. That's fine, but the problem is most rentals you get here are 12 months. So if I move in, all right, say I get my retirement visa on the 5th of February, great. Now I find a place to rent, all right? And I find a place to rent 2 weeks later on the 15th of February, sign my lease, there we go. I've just rented a place for 12 months, okay? My 12 months renewal of my visa is going to come 2 weeks before my lease expires on my rental property. So, you see what I mean? How are you going to time it to be here 6 months? Somehow, I mean, there are places that will lease for 6 months, but it will cost you more as well. A 6 months lease on the same property will cost you a little bit more than it would if you rented it for 12 months, okay? But then you've got to also think of, you know, you need to be out before that visa expires. And if you break your lease before that date, you'll lose a month. Not only lose a month, you'll lose your deposit. There's a lot more that comes into it, you know? So, yes, you will have to find a 6 month lease and do that. And then, of course, if you want to go to Malaysia for 3 months and Vietnam for 3 months, I don't know how the rental property market works over there. If you just want to rent something for 3 months, can you even do that? You know? Yeah, I don't know if that gets complicated. What's this? Ask Pete to set up a GoFundMe, lol. That'd be GoFundMe. Hey, listen, I got to tell you is that, and I'm open, I'm honest about everything, right? But that last video has earned me and is still earning me money from the revenue you get from the YouTube advertising on your video because it's monetized. And just that video, in the 4 days it's been up, has covered the cost of my DJI Osmo gimbal that I'm using here that I bought just after Christmas. Or I bought it in the new year. So thank you to everybody who's now a subscriber and who watched that video. So there you go. What else we got? You don't need, so what's this? You don't need 800,000 in the bank. I use the monthly income method. Yes, that's right. Remittance to Thailand using Wise. Yes, that's good. Do my own extension. Yes. The 11th coming up this month. Good. That's right. You're obviously on a retirement pension. See, I don't have any income. I don't have 65,000 to show. The only income I have is YouTube, and that's, you know, when I do retire, of course, then sure, that may be an option, but who knows, in you know, that many years from now, I'm sure, even though requirements in Australia may not change, certainly retirement visa options and things will change here in Thailand. And hopefully they'll scrap the 90-day reporting. I've heard people on elite visas don't need to do 90-day reporting. People on Destination Thailand 5-year visas do have to do 90-day reporting. But I don't know, there may be a chance coming up. I have heard, I'm not going to start rumours, but there may be a chance that they may get rid of the 90-day reporting. You only have to do that as part of your renewal each year. So that would make a few people happy. Your 11th retirement extension. Nature Watch. Good on ya. Wow. Hey Gaza. Hello AJ. Is it easy? What's this? Is it easy to transfer your Aussie car license to a Thai driver's license? Yes, it is. We have a valid car license, our international license, driver's license. Thanks. Oh, it's very easy. Yeah. If you already have a license, car and bike, if you have, which is even better, don't use an agent. They'll charge you 5,000 baht to do it for you. Go to the land office. There's one here if you're in Chiang Mai. I don't know where it is that you might be going. You simply just walk in there with, you need to get a residence certificate, which you can get free from immigration. It's easy, or that's easy to do. And then you take that with your current Australian driver's license, your current international license, driver's permit. Be careful with them. Make sure that it is valid. Even though they're valid 12 months on the thing, they're not actually valid 12 months in Thailand. International license here can only be used for 3 months in Thailand. Pretty sure of that. And you walk in and it costs 120 baht. That's all it is. It's 120 baht. You go in there, the process is pretty quick, at least it was for me. I was in there for no more than an hour and a half, gave my paper, went to the desk where they check you've got the right paperwork first, then they give you a number, and you get called up, and the number, you give all the paperwork to the girl there, she checks it, she holds that, gives you another number, you sit down, and then when you get called up again, you go and get your paperwork back, and then you get another number, and then you sit down, they call you up, and you get your photo taken, and then when you get your photo taken, it takes like 5 minutes, and there's your brand new photo license done. Okay? And happy days, easy. I did a video on it, okay? Go back to the playlist, check out mine about driver's license, and it will show you how easy it is. Jackson's saying, my agent sorts everything for me, and my 800,000 is in investments and more than covers the agent's fees. That's fine. It takes a lot of stress and worry off. The reason I used an agent in the first place when I first got here was because I had so much going on at once when I first arrived here. I just sold up everything I owned in Australia, bought a one-way ticket, landed here, booked in a hotel for 2 weeks, and I had 2 weeks to get the ball rolling on the visa, get stuff, work out where I was going to live, and get a lease going for 12 months. So I need to be confident that there's a place I want to stay for 12 months, which I'll give a plug to Perfect Homes. They sorted that out for me excellently, perfectly, as the name is. And then just getting familiar with the area, because it had been 10 years since I'd been to Chiang Mai. And while all that was being done, the agent was looking after all my visa stuff. I didn't have to worry about it. Jackson in Thailand, which agent? Yeah, so my agent up here, Jackson's down south, but in Chiang Mai I used Assist Thai Visa. All right, they're fantastic for me. And I do know a lot of my subscribers have, after hearing about it, gone there, because I don't need to go to them anymore. But when I do call in there, like for instance, I can go in there anytime and pick up paperwork, like 90-day reporting paperwork, or if I need to ask questions, I call in, and they always say, hey, they recognise me and say hello. And I've even seen customers in there that were come up and say hello, meet me, because they found out about them from my channel. Pato saying, Aussie dollars against the baht sucks. It does it? I haven't looked at the exchange rate for a while. I think it's been on 21, about 21 for quite a while. It got up to 22, edging on 23 before Christmas. I don't know what it is at the moment. I'll have to look soon, because around about the 23rd, 24th is my YouTube money comes into my bank account in Australia. And, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. And what I usually do is I transfer it out of my bank account in Australia up into Wise and let it sit in there. I don't trust my bank account in Australia after the shit I had problems with them recently. That could be a good story to talk about too, but yeah, no money, no honey, exactly. The OX visa requires 90-day reporting too. Yes, that's right. True, I don't work and live off my pensions. The income method suits me. Yeah, just worried that they might start taxing me. Not if if you're Australian, right? As far as Australian concern is, if you've already there's a tax treaty, okay? So if you've paid tax in Australia, you're not going to get double taxed and hit again when you bring that taxed income into Thailand, okay? It's not going to happen. Don't worry about it, all right? And I can tell you now, another good tip, all right? Don't go out of your way to go and find yourself a tax file number and register yourself here in Thailand. Wait until you get confirmation that you need to from the government. It's best to stay off the records than deliberately put yourself in their eyes for things like that. Gosh, let me see, where are we? So, no, they won't start taxing you, mate. Pretty sure of that. Special K, Hilly, hello, welcome. I have 21 and a half years before retiring in Thailand. Oh, that'll come around quick. Don't wish your life away though. But we'll be coming over late this year to hopefully open a bank account. Good on you, yeah. So I can send money to it before I finish my working life. Would that work? Absolutely. That's exactly what I did. Okay? It was about, for many, many years I've always wanted to live and retire here. But the last 5 years I've been more seriously working towards that. And it was about 4 years ago when I come over here on my regular holidays that I decided to open up a bank account. When you open up a Thai bank account up here, mine's with Bangkok Bank, that's the most popular one to go with. You'll get your card, you get your app on the phone, and you've got internet banking. All right, and then with Wise, okay, I highly recommend using Wise. And for those who don't know, down in the description of this video, this live stream, and any of my videos, there's a link there you can click that it's an affiliate link. All right, so I think you get free transactions, free transaction on your first or whatever it is. So use that if you can, that'd be good. And what I was doing was every time I saved up money in Australia, I would send it up to Wise and transfer it into my Thai bank account, and I'd keep track of it with the app on my phone from Australia. All right, and just let it build up over there. Yeah, and one thing I noticed for tax every year, that the government never taxed me on the interest earned on my Thai bank account, always on my Australian bank account. But you can get good exchange rates using Wise. You can leave your money sitting in Wise for as long as you want, and when the exchange rate's up high, you can even set it to limits to automatically transfer funds to your Thai bank account. So when it hits 21 to the Aussie dollar, it'll automatically transfer a set amount to your bank account, and you can save money that way too. So yeah, definitely, do that. And you might find it difficult opening up a bank account, right? But trust me, the agents, you can use agents to do it. It's gone up over the years. I'm sure I only paid about 2,000 baht to get an agent to do it for me. Now I'm hearing that it's about 5,000, but it's still a good investment. It's a good investment. It's like, what's a couple of $100 to have a foreign bank account? It's just an investment for the future. Just budget for it. Really. Martin Saunders, hey buddy, how are you? Watching from New Zealand? Yes, enjoy your vlogs and videos. Cheers for good information. You're welcome, mate. I just had a dinner with one of your expats, a Kiwi, last night. He lives in the same condo building as I am. I've met him a few times before. He's a teacher. And we were chatting away about New Zealand and the cost of living over there and all the rest. So That's great. But yeah, look, you're so far. Who was it? Special K Hilly. Yeah. Well, you got a long way. Yeah. You start planning your retirement this early. Go for it. Any spare money, throw it in there. Put it over there. Yeah, definitely. Um, what's the? Pete always got number 69. Oh, that's right. Good for you. An agent can set up banking account for 5K. There we go. Nuts is saying it there. Can do it on a tourist visa. Exactly. In fact, you can even do it on a visa exemption. All right. They can do it. All right. It's just the way it is. You know, people get paid, things get done. It's the way it works here. It's not a problem. All right. Market one-stop visa in Pattaya. I've heard of them. Yeah, for sure. I can't remember which visa place I used. I do know that the owner of it passed away, which was a shame. He's a big fella. He passed away. I'm sure they're still there. I just can't think of the name. Yeah. So there you go. Mr. Safety Forever, how are you? Do Thai citizens show affection in public? Thank you. Oh, that's an interesting question. Yeah, they do. They do. It's not common as common as in the West. You don't see couples walking around holding hands, maybe. Gee, I guess with the younger generation, it's becoming more accepted. Yeah, yeah. But then again, like, there you go, the car going past playing. Yeah, there's actually an election coming up. There's bands going around playing music. Yeah, I had a Thai girlfriend for 10 years. For 10 years, I would fly over here once, twice a year, spend a month or so with her. And there was no hesitation for me to be walking around her, and we hold hands, arms around each other, kissing in public if there was a reason to. Yeah, but no, it's not an issue. I think it depends what you class affection too. It's the country of smiles here. The land of smiles is what Thailand is known as, and it certainly is. Although you can't see it with the masks they still wear here quite a lot. But even then, you know when someone's smiling with the way their eyes squint, right? Only 17 likes. I haven't mentioned it, have I? I should. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, give us a thumbs up, guys. That would be fantastic. I can't see the number. I can see how many are viewing, but the number's not showing me for thumbs up. But yeah, thanks. Thumbs up. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And jump in chat and let us know where you're watching from. According to Wise, the rate today is 21.37. See, that's pretty good. That's probably what you get on the street here. When you're talking about bringing money over, like a pension every fortnight or every month, however you get paid, and you got a decent large sum, yeah, the exchange rate can make quite a difference and can mean a lot of things, But when you're talking like smaller amounts of money, I don't, like for instance, I'm only going to bring in a few $100s, and I don't worry about just a few percentage points on the extension, on the rate. But yeah, interest rate in banks, there's no interest rate on banks. It's very low. Sorry about the noise here. We've got some happy, noisy kids. Looks like you just got given a present. We had Children's Day here last week. It was fantastic, actually. Children's Day in Thailand. And a lot of the cafes like this and restaurants would just give out food and drinks to kids for free. Yeah, kids had a great time over here, And this little kid here, I've met him before. He's learning English, and he speaks as good at English as I do. He's just incredible. Yeah, he's a smart kid. He's good. Yeah, he wants to be. I think he wants to be a doctor when he grows up, and I'm sure he will be. Yeah, he's great. Jackson, I think the tax thing might come. Yeah, so I buy a quarter byte of gold each month as a precaution, safety. Yeah, why not? That's good. Yeah. 2.5 years, but thank you for the help. 2.5 years. Oh, gotcha. Sorry. Yeah, I've got to say that seemed a bit long. That's fine, mate. Yeah, 2.5 years. That's good. Yeah. Do that. It's a smart thing to do, and it's a good way to save money when you're throwing it in a foreign bank account. You know, it's hard to spend. It's harder to spend. Vote Peter for the next councillor of Chiang Mai. Really? Oh no. I don't want to get into politics, thanks. I won't give out personal information, but I grew up in a political family, and yeah, not for me. Key Visa, Darren. Yes, Jackson, that's who it was. It was Darren at Key Visa. Thank you. So many times I've been trying to remember that name, Key Visa, for people who have asked me, people who email me and wanting to know. I think Key Visa are still there, right? Yeah, Darren was a good guy. He was there when I went and saw him. I walked into the office just off the street, saw him out the back there after watching another YouTuber's video about it. I said, I just want to open a bank account. It's not a problem. I'll send one of my staff will take you across the road, and they walked me across the road. Gave him 500 baht to put into my account to open it. Did all the paperwork, and within an hour, I was back with my brand new account done. So I really do think they are still there. You might be able to confirm that for us. Key Visa, yes. The girls in Soy 6 will grab your old fellow when walking past, if that's affection. Yes, nuts. Yeah, we could call that affection too. That's affection. Banks give incentive saver rates of 5% or more. Really, that's good. That's pretty good. I have one of those accounts. You put money in, if you don't touch it each month, you get the bonus double interest rate or something. Yeah. Yakrama, there was a mini air show. Oh, there was too. Yeah, wasn't that incredible? I didn't go there, but from my condo, I could hear the aircraft, and I saw them from the swimming pool. I was laying by the pool. Yeah, some military aircraft doing some flybys. Yeah, it looked fantastic. Kids would have had a great time walking around those out there. I was going to go out there. I'll probably do it next year and have a look. I was told you get a big crowd out there and you had to be out there pretty early. And it was probably around about 10 o'clock in the morning when I heard those aircraft buzzing. At first I thought we'd gone to war with Myanmar. Thought, what the hell is going on? There's Air Force jets buzzing over the city. Yeah. Anyway, Randy's saying if I do a 2 or 3 month trial in Chiang Mai, I'll have to pay hotel rates. Yeah. No short-term rentals. Look, you have to get onto some Facebook groups for that. You'll probably find some. Yeah. It's just a little bit more difficult short-term. But yeah, not impossible. Facebook groups are the way to look. All right. I'm going to catch up on the chat here. AJ was told by Mark you can't open bank accounts anymore on Destination Thailand Visa. Mark, yeah. Where was that one? If under 50, they charge you 1 year accident insurance, 5,000 baht. Yeah, I watched that video, mate. I did too. I think I have, the chat keeps jumping, sorry. Where are we? I think I have changed they've changed the law. You cannot open a bank account anymore on tourist visa. Listen, mate, they have not changed the law. Okay, that is not what they reported on his video is not right. Okay, it's only correct if you're in Pattaya or a touristy area where they're going to rip you off and take advantage of you and try and sell you insurance. You think about it, right? Why would you need to take out a 12-month life insurance policy when you just have a savings account? If it was a credit account where you're using their money on a credit card, I could understand it, all right? They want insurance. You're using a credit limit, right? But for a general savings account, no, it's just a product the bank is trying to sell and they're taking advantage of tourists. I went into my bank account, my Bangkok bank down here, all right? I even asked them on comments on his video about that and he never replied back to me because I asked them what, in the video they put up, they never mentioned what bank they were talking about. They were assuming it was all the banks. I can't speak for other banks, but my Bangkok bank, when I went and saw her, she said, no, that's not true. If you want to get a bank account, don't go to the big accounts in the big festival shopping centres and big shopping malls. Go to a local branch where most bank managers have some understanding of English. If you're an English speaker, all right, go there. They won't, and walk in there, dress well, wear a shirt, look decent, walk in with your head up like you know what you're doing, maybe have a nice amount of cash on you, you know, more than the 500 deposit, right? And trust me, you'll open a bank account, not a problem, all right? And without the insurance, okay? This is literally what the bank manager told me at a local branch, that, you know, they're being told and they earn a little bit of, that part of their job is to sell the other features that the bank sell, and if they can get insurance out of policies to foreigners, they will. So, yeah. Where else we got? That's Boom Boom. What was that? Hello, or hello 808 Bear, how are you? Can open a bank account in Pattaya in almost any situation. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hello all, wish I was there in Thailand. Yeah, wish you were too. Maybe one day, hey? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the live stream. What will the girls on Soy 7 do? Yeah, or Soy Cowboy? Yeah, getting a bit scary there. I remember that. Gosh. Mark, wife and I bought a late model 83 Holden panel van and left Sydney, ending up in Darwin. Okay. 22,000 kilometres, and 6 months later, Indonesia was next. Wow, met a lot of great people in Oz. That's the way to go. Good stuff. Mile high. Will you try and get a Thai flight stewardess? Good luck. Love to hear that story. Yeah, Clara was saying, would they believe that your Thai girlfriend took your money? It seems unbelievable. It does. That's true, eh? Yeah. Yeah, it just never happens, does it? Surely that couldn't happen. We're smarter than that. You know, Mark, AJ Mark was interviewed recently on YouTube, stated can't open bank account, tourist visa, anyone anymore. Watch it. Yeah, like I said, I watched that video. Yeah, listen, yeah, each to their own, it's all fine, but I think a lot of that video content was just promoting his business, which is fine, you can do that. But there was, you know, a video coming out about big changes or something, I think it was total, when literally the only thing, there was no changes, really. There's been no changes to the banking and retirement visa here for years. That's the fact, you know. So we'll see. Tyres Thais has had long history with Burma many moons ago. Yeah, oh, for sure. Black Angel, very nice. Soy 7 Black Angel, okay. Chiang Mai landing, I saw 2 Hercules since the C-130s made very happy. Awesome plane. Yeah, quite a sight, the airport. Trip on 2 wheels, don't go to Soy 6. Apparently, if you're under 50, you need 5,000 baht insurance to open a bank account. No, you don't. You don't. Well, gosh, yeah. If you, that's what the agent will charge you. All right, that's what the agent charges you, 5,000 baht to open a bank account. That literally costs you nothing if you do it yourself, and it's not that difficult to do yourself. But if you are in a place where you can't get to a bank that's outside of the tourist area, and you can't throw on long pants, pair of shoes, and a shirt and look, confident, walk in there and so forth. God, I mean, if you go in there and take 10, 20,000 baht cash into the bank to open up a new bank account, they're not going to say no. They're not. If you've got the correct paperwork you need, not a problem. So there you go. No, it's a spiritual community. Hey, again, just a quick question. If you have a Thai bank account with ATM card, do you still pay a fee to withdraw? Not if you use the bank that, it's like in your own country. If you're a Bangkok bank and you use a Bangkok bank ATM, there's no fee. No fee at all. It's coming out of your account. If you're using another one, like Siam Bank or Kasikorn Bank ATM, yes, there's a fee. It's not much, but there is a small fee. They have cardless withdrawals as well, so you can walk up to your bank account's ATM and do it through the app on your phone. But also remember over here, okay, there's getting less and less reason to need to withdraw from an ATM these days because everything has QR codes. Okay, even the smallest little street vendor will have a QR code you can scan and pay, and there's no fee on transactions using QR codes. So the only thing I use cash for is going into 7-Eleven, because 7-Eleven won't accept my won't let me scan with my Bangkok Bank QR code. They do have a card you can get separately. You can put cash onto that card and then use that card in 7-Eleven. And that card is completely free as far as I know. I haven't found out about that in more detail, but that's another way of paying in 7-Eleven and then not having to go to an ATM to take out money. All right. But if you've got the fear of losing your card in an ATM or it swallowing your card, which can happen, the cardless withdrawal is, did I say cashless before? Cardless withdrawal is really good. Your card just stays in your wallet. You don't have to put it in the machine at all. It's good. Some banks are introducing a small fee for transactions over a certain number of. Yeah, look, if you go into a branch and take out money that isn't the branch that you actually opened your account at, for instance, if my account was opened in Pattaya, if I go into a branch here and deposit money, right, or withdraw money, doesn't matter, they charge you a fee doing it over the counter. But it's 15 baht. It's just 15 baht. It's like 50 cents, 20 cents. It's nothing, you know. And, you know, I think you can take up to 25,000 baht out of an ATM machine. So, yeah, you can deposit in ATM machines too. I have never actually had to do that, and rarely do I have money to deposit cash. Yeah, you can do that. It's a small fee. It'd be interesting to find out now that my address details have been updated at the bank, whether if I use my local branch now, whether they'll still charge me that fee, whether it was based on what my address is, which was at that time when I got through Key Visa, my address on my details for my bank account was the hotel I was staying at. Now it's actually where I live here in Chiang Mai, so maybe I might not get that fee anymore. But I think I will, because it's still on record. That's where the account was opened. This image is held, that's okay. FYI, my Bangkok bank recommended master ATM card, all in one, costing 600 baht per year, accidental insurance inclusive. Yes. See, when I opened my bank account, I got a little plastic card that gives me up to 10,000 baht hospital cover. But it was only valid for a certain amount of time. It's expired now. I think it was only valid for a year. So when you went to a hospital for anything, you could show that card and you would get it, save some money on that. And that was free. That was part of the account. So, yeah. Just wondering where you are locally. Yes, mate, 808 Bear. I am in Nong Hoi, which is just, if you look at a picture of Chiang Mai City, I'm in the southeast, across the Ping River, on the other side of the Ping River. So if I was to jump on my motor scooter and ride from my condo to the city, it would take me 10 minutes. Walk there in 30 minutes. So yeah, I'm on the Chiang Mai Lampang Road. It runs all the way down from the Iron Bridge along the Ping River, heading south. Nice little spot. Yeah, I got everything I need here without needing to go into the city at all. I may have some BTC, so I'm Bitcoin, so I'm hoping Phuket Sunbelt spread some across Thailand soon. No bank transfer fees, no exchange fees. Yeah, I'm not up on that sort of thing, but yeah, hopefully that works out. AJ, I believe you, mate, a fan of your channel since you started. Welcome, mate. Good. Thank you. I'm going to whip through the comments for a little bit now, because we've been going for an hour and 45 minutes almost. I'm going to have to end it soon here, because I need to get out and enjoy this beautiful weather. I'm going to head up into the mountain for a ride. If your account didn't move, example, no deposit or withdrawals with Thai Bank, will it deduct account keeping fees until none left? No, there is no account keeping fees. Look, I think once a year, yeah, there is a management fee for the account. I think it might be 200, maybe 300 baht for the year, maybe, I'm not sure. Otherwise, no, you don't even have to use it. You know, there are times where my Bangkok bank account when I was in Australia, would be sit there and not get touched for 6 months. There's no fees. There were no fees. So, no, you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, if you use an ATM different from your bank, it's 20 baht. Yeah, that's right. And don't withdraw with your Wise card. It's 20 baht. No, try not to. Yeah, keep your Wise card away, just for emergency if you needed to. Yeah. But that would be anywhere in the world you're using an ATM to access your Wise account. So Wise. What video did you say made you enough money to pay for your DJO? The last one I just did, mate. It's the one about the 200 a month rent here in Thailand. I've had over 12,000 people view that just in the last 3 days. It's heading to be one of the biggest, most popular videos of the channel. Obviously, it's a subject people are interested in. Thailand, I have researched. It's peaceful. It is. It's a nice spot here. It really is a nice spot here. Yeah. I mean, it can be noisy. I live near a hospital, so I hear a lot of ambulances heading out and coming back, unfortunately. But yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's good transfer money. It's easy too. Yeah. You just use your fingerprint on the phone to access it. It's quite good. Pat, I have a good son. Yeah, thanks, mate. Will do. My Commonwealth Bank, yeah, charges $3 account keeping fees monthly. Really? No, that's a bit. Yeah, that's steep. Good one. Yeah, just looking for a sugar mummy. She would buy you everything. Yeah, I know. What do you ride, mate? Over here, I just ride a little 125 Honda scooter. I plan on buying a bigger bike in the next about 2 years. I sold my V-Strom 1000, Suzuki V-Strom 1000 when I was in Australia. I missed that bike, but over here, this bike does what I want. It's fine. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to finish up the stream here, guys. I want to give big thanks out to our new member that joined. Really good, really appreciate that. And also, anyone who's given me a thumbs up is great. All those that have joined us in the chat is good. Any new subscribers that may have hit that subscribe button, thank you very, very much. And oh, I smell that barbecue happening over there. She must have just opened it up, eh? I can smell that. Oh, it's putting some onions in there now. Boy, I might have to have an early lunch. So yeah, hit that thumbs up, guys. Thank you all. And don't forget, I do this every weekend. I'll be back next Sunday, usually about this time of the day. And I'd have no idea what the next video is going to be. I've got to work on that. I'll get something happening next week. But yeah, thanks everybody. And I'll be signing out now. And oh, nice little bike going past there. And yeah, thank you all. Cheers. And like I say, like, subscribe, the usual. And thanks for joining in on the chat. It was really good, really good. All right, let me just buzz round to me for a quick sec. There we go. I can take my furry microphone off. There we go. Great stuff, DJI. All right. Yes, mate. We'll do hobby time. All right. Thank you, everybody. Catch us all and enjoy the rest of your weekend, wherever you are. Bye for now.